Hi there, my name is Donovan and I'm known as the Microwave Master. And that came from my TV series on PBS and the Learning Channel. You know, I've been teaching microwave now for over 35 years, and I think I know more about how to cook with a microwave than anyone. And in this show called JumpStart Cooking, we're going to show you how to get more meals, more delicious meals out of your microwave, saving time, saving energy, and saving money. A lot of people would complain to me about, you know, Don, the food doesn't look the same, it doesn't taste the same. Well, that may be true in some cases, but in most cases, if I did the same recipe, microwave and conventional, had people taste it, they couldn't tell the difference. But because of that, I wrote my book called JumpStart Cooking, the same name as this show. And in it, what I've done is to take the convenience and speed and efficiency of microwave and combine it with conventional ovens or skillets or even charcoal grills to allow us to have the best of both methods of cooking, the speed and efficiency of microwave and the aesthetics derived from conventional cooking devices. When you watch this show and read this book, which is available on Amazon.com, you'll be able to cook almost every recipe from famous cookbooks. The Joy of Cooking, that's a dandy reference book. Magazines, there are tons of magazines on the market. They have great recipes and they look terrific. Well, with JumpStart Cooking, you can cook 90% of them in less than half the time, and yet they'll look and taste the same. Here's another beautiful cookbook. I like this on the cooking show, The Barefoot Contessa, excellent book. Oh, and then all of our favorite, Julia Child's tome on cooking and basic instruction. Take these books, combine it with your microwave, you cook much more efficiently. You know, one of the big challenges we have today is energy conservation. In fact, just this morning I found an article in our local paper saying, you can save energy and money. And you'll see these all week long, or on television, you read in books and magazines about saving energy. Well, all of these advice tips have you buying new things like insulating, putting in new windows, buying new light bulbs, all these things that are going to conserve energy in your house. And yet, every one of you has the device that'll save over 10% of the energy consumed by your home. And that is your microwave oven. You don't have to buy a thing. You all have it sitting there right now, and all you have to do is to use it. And that's what we're going to show you in this show, to cook faster and better, save time, energy, and water. All right. Now, a lot of people really think they understand microwave, but there's a lot of misconceptions. For example, the term radiation. You know, I wish they had called it microwave energy, and then no one would give a darn. But if they called it radiation, everyone thinks, zap the food, nuclear. Radiation is going to cause all kinds of problems to your body. You know, if they called these light bulbs up here radiation bulbs, I bet the sales would drop by 50%. I'm not going to have that radiation bulb. And yet that's radiation. Not the same as this, but this is harmless radiation that we call non-ionizing, which means that it doesn't stay in the ingredients that it's imposed upon, like nuclear or X-ray. So when this store is open, the energy is completely off. And when it's closed, of course, until you turn it on, all the energy is totally consumed. So you never have any energy coming out of the oven, nor staying in the food that you put in the oven. Okay, basically, the microwave heats things that have water. And that means most of our foods, vegetables, the things we should eat, fruit, fish, lean meats, poultry, all of these foods cook beautifully by microwave. Okay, the other thing that they heat a little bit, but not that you should be concerned about, is fat, oil, and sugar. But I can show you some demonstrations on that, not nearly as effective as water. But let me show you how this works in various materials that you can use and to understand why they work in the microwave oven. Here I have a little cup of water. All right, now remember, water gets hot in the microwave. And here's a lemon loaded with water, so we know that's going to get hot in our microwave oven. Here is a can. Now, I didn't mention this, but microwaves cannot go through metal. So when I put this in my microwave oven for a day, a year, forever, and it cannot get hot because the energy can't go through the metal to get to the ingredients inside. If I took this can and put it in my conventional oven, the hot air in there would get the metal hot, the metal would get the ingredients hot, the ingredients would expand, and kaboom! It would blow up. But in here, it just sits there and doesn't do a thing. Now, let me take a carrot, and I'm going to show you how to understand metal in the microwave. I'm going to wrap half of this carrot in aluminum foil and leave the other half completely nude, unprotected, so the microwaves will be absorbed by this portion of the carrot. We'll put it in the oven and turn it on now for, well, let's go for a minute and a half. That should be about right. Now, when you do this experiment at home, and I really want you to do it so you understand how this works, but let me explain a little bit more about the transparency of the items that we have in here. One other thing I want to show you, and I'm going to put it in right now, and that is a dish. Here's a dish that I had that I used for another recipe. I'm going to dry it off. This is glass. Glass, ceramic, materials that do not have water or are not metal transmit the signal. I'm going to put this in here. I can open the door anytime, and I can look in here, I can reach in here. It is never ever hot. Start it off, and here we go again. All right, now one thing about the transparency of ceramic, glass, and so forth. A good way to understand that is the fact that it does not get in the microwave, very similar to sunlight coming through a window pane. When it's cold outside and you go and look out the window, if the sun is shining through and it's wonderful, if you feel that glass, it'll be cold. But the sun will heat you up. The same thing in a microwave. The energy heats the food up but keeps the container cool. It doesn't affect the molecules in there. So when this is done, I will show you each one of those elements that I put in there, and I'll also use my indispensable instant read thermometer. All right, let's look at this. Here's the lemon, and when I insert my thermometer in here, you can see the temperature of this lemon, probably 160 degrees or so. Am I close? Oh, 160 degrees. Sometimes I amaze myself at how I do this. All right, we have the cup of water, and this will probably be about the same, maybe a little hotter. It's going up 170 degrees, and this is a minute and 13 seconds, I believe. Now, the other item, here's the glass dish, just as cool as when I put it in, because glass and ceramic don't get hot when you cook in them in your microwave oven. Oh, somebody's going to say, wait a minute, I reached in there one time and I grabbed a bowl that I'd heated something, and it was hot. Well, yes, the food, like this water, inside gets hot from the microwave energy and transfers that energy to the side of the dish or the container. So it's hot from that, but not from the microwave. And here we have the can of beans again, just as cold. I can put it on my lovely little baby soft cheeks. No heat whatsoever. It's as cold as when I put it into the microwave. And then we have our carrot, half unprotected and being cooked by microwave, and the other half underneath the foil, protected. Now, in our show, JumpStart Cooking, we're going to show you all kinds of ways to use metal to enhance your cooking to make it perfect every time. But this end of the carrot, you can see, is oozing out, cooked, 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 and this end, just as hard and raw as when I put it in. Now, there's one other thing about metal I want to show you, and that is something we call arcing. A-R-C, arcing, not arching, okay? When you have metal, and it has little gaps in it, like this Brillo pad, all these little gaps allow the microwave energy to discharge, jumping from one little piece of metal to the other, creating a bow of light that we call an arc. If you ever see that happening when you put some metal in your microwave, stop the oven and readjust the metal or crimp it up solid like I did with that carrot, and you'll eliminate that problem of arcing. All right, I'm going to place it in this glass dish, and this is the exciting part of the show. You want to get a close-up of that? We're going to show this beautiful, beautiful sparking. Now listen, kids, don't do this, because what is happening is that you're creating heat from those bows of light, and it could transfer to the dish and perhaps cause it to break. But let's take a look at our wonderful demonstration of arcing with your microwave oven. Isn't that terrific? Okay, when I open the door, of course, the energy is off, but I created so much heat in there that we set the Brillo pad on fire. So be judicious when you use metal in your microwave, but you'll find as you watch our show and our tips that it's one of the greatest friends that you have in microwave. Oh, and don't worry about energy coming out of the oven. In fact, sometimes people tell me, oh, Don, I've heard that you should never look in your microwave oven when it's running. Well, let me assure you that none of the energy can come out of here because it has a screen on there. Now, I've been doing this for many, many years, and I can guarantee you that there's no damage whatsoever to your eyes or your body. These are just little fake eyes that I put in to add a little levity to our show. And that's what we're going to do too. We're going to have fun when we do JumpStart Cooking, combining your microwave to your other appliances to save time, energy, and money.